Have you ever noticed how things in your life don't always plan out the way you want them to? Nothing ever happens the way you think that it does. That's normal now, but if you think back and think bigger picture, everything that goes wrong is because of something else that went wrong. If everybody did everything right all the time, nothing would ever go wrong. But nothing ever goes right. It never works like that because someone always has to do something wrong. But life is like a toolbox. If you get the wrong tool, it's not going to work for you. Like, you can't put in a screw in the wall with a hammer. You need a drill. If you try to do it with a hammer, it's not going to work. Just like your life. If you don't have the right tools, it's not going to work for you. So this is kind of common sense. To me, anyways, it sounds like common sense. You need the right tools to be able to get through life. Everything works out perfectly if you have what you need to make it work. Now, something that works for someone, this one person, may not work for someone else, and vice versa. Not everything works for everybody, but most things work for different people. Like, for instance, I drink coffee every day. It works for me. I like it. It doesn't make me too jittery, whatever. It works. It's like two puzzle pieces being put together. Not just for the coffee, but for anything in life. Like, I don't drink alcohol because it doesn't work for me. It works for some people, but just not for me, so I don't do it. I choose not to do it. Just like with the coffee. I love it because it's just what I do. Some people who drink it get all jittery and it doesn't work for them. Some people don't do certain things because it doesn't work for them. That's kind of common sense now that I say it out loud. But if you think deeper into it, most of the times anything is ever confusing to people is because they just don't connect with it. They don't understand it because it doesn't work for them. So they need to find something that works. Like, let's say, for example, all these videos that I'm doing. I didn't think this would work for me at the beginning, but after time, I figured out it does. And with this coping skills, I have this notebook that I write down all my stuff. This works for me, so I continue doing it. It might not work for some people. But basically, I guess the lesson to be learned here is find what works for you and don't take advice from people who has something going for them, but it might not go so well for you. Yeah. I guess that works. Because another thing, I wasn't going to make this video this long, but it doesn't matter. Another thing I was going to say is basically, whenever it comes to finding what works for you, never listen to anyone else. Because people will give you advice that works for them. And I think I mentioned this in This Is My Society Is Falling Apart video, part 2, about someone training you the way that they were trained. It all comes back to self-love. If you don't know who you are and what you want, you will take advice from other people as your own. So figure out who you are and what you want, figure out what works for you, and don't take other people's opinions as your own, which is about all I have to say about that. This video was going to be a lot different, but since I don't have my editing tools as of now, I'm just going to have to make do with what I have. So, like and subscribe, and I will be back for more life lessons. I will probably do another one this weekend, simply because I'm off this weekend. Who knows? Oh, and do you like the nice background? This is my kitchen. I'm sitting on the floor in my kitchen, which was a big risk to take because my dog is running around, but I put her outside for a minute, so I really got to get up here because she's probably tearing up the door. Anyways, I need another background, and everything in the house is too cluttered, and I don't want to clean it, so I'm going to watch some Netflix or something. Out.